Looks right. Oh, we were right. Okay, this is by Party Time. Excellent. And the music is amazing. Where are we? Okay, you cannot see that. Maybe this won't capture right. There we go. Now you can see it. Ooh. Just make it a little bigger for you. Okay. This is called Electronic Sweet and Fun Fortune Teller. Oh, does she have a lot of NES work? That's rad. But this will be a very short game. Just press whatever button is start. And we can do this game by, we can look at our horoscope or we can take a love test. So I'm going to put in my full name because that's the only way that this will work, right? My full name, no takesy backsies. Okay, I'm trying to find what my A button is. I don't know what that means. I don't think I should just start hitting buttons in this emulator. Oh, I found it somewhere in there. Can't remember what are the normal A and B buttons for this. Oh, my crush's name is A. We are not a very compatible group. Uh-oh. Stop, no! Ooh, my BFF is someone magical. Okay, let's try that again. Let's get a love test. And we'll put in real name. I almost typed Parlock, but all I got out was the A. This is a very powerful fortune teller. I'm not sure how she managed to make this in the time that she did, but there's a lot of magic inside of it. Okay, there we go. I found my A and B buttons. Who am I crushing on today? This is very... I don't think you guys were ready for this intimate of a stream today. But maybe you were. Maybe you're just lovers at heart. I hope you were. Because we're gonna get deep tonight. Oh, the things I can say, Rachel Raymond, how much I love you. You're okay. Let's press OK. Okay, what's our real compatibility? 74%. That's like a C- or a C at best. Feel like that's about appropriate. We're very, very compatible. That music is amazing, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's the best part of the whole game. Being able to tell your horoscope for the day and have a test about how compatible your love is. It's pretty powerful, but the music, stronger than love. Okay, more importantly though, I want to make sure that I can survive today, because I'm kind of suspecting I might not live through the day. Hopefully our horoscope can help point us in the right direction. Oh no. Oh, I just realized the person that makes this game is also named Rachel. So that's kind of funny. Uh-oh. Let's go back. There we go. I'm soul in the D. Man, this is gonna be an intimate not let's play, but this is gonna be an intimate stream. You guys are gonna practically have my entire identity. I don't know what blood type I am. No, I do. I think I'm AB. And today is September the 21st. Okay, what do you got for me? What do you got for this Gemini puppy right here? Today you will see an uphill battle. Be cautious before you call it quits. Lucky color is red. See, I have some things going on today that I'm kind of worried about. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cleaning Rachel's old house, and so I think it's gonna be tough, like all home, whenever you're doing home renovation kind of stuff with your partner, things get hairy, and so it's nice to have this ahead of me so I can look at that. So Rachel had to sacrifice 6 ROM units to activate the ROM's true powers. ROM necromancy. Oh! If you're born January 1st, this is your horoscope. Better play video games. Okay. No! I like switching in between the little apps that this game has, because it's an NES game with apps in it. And then getting out of it. The song is just fucking rad. And so, it's small, it's a petite, but it's a very powerful future fortune-telling game. The sweet and fun fortune teller with some absolutely awesome music, and definitely worth the time it takes to put it together. Having to download all of that stuff. Download an emulator for it. Okay, next up, Noah Sasso's Game Space Space Game. It is a space game about a game space. Run it. Ooh, it's full screened. That's not very helpful for me. Let me make sure that you guys can... Uh-oh. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, you guys are gonna see this and absolutely nothing else. Oh wait, no, I can change that. There we go. Oh, perfect timing. Hello. I'm just streaming right now. Say hi.
Hi. Streaming on what?
Streaming on the internet.
Oh. Fun.
Where was I? Oh. Where'd the game go? I don't have a tab for the game right now. Even though it says it's open. Okay. I think it closed out as soon as... I tried to open it. Yeah, you guys can't see that. Where is it? It's playing. Oh, that's weird. That's so weird. It doesn't run in an application. Okay. Okay, this is the weirdest thing. I can do this. I can do this! Game space space game. There it is. And I'll open it from Task Manager. Okay, so before I even, once I open it, I won't be able to read chat for a little bit. Insider tip, Noah is working on a Mac version of Game Space Space Game right now. Hoping to add it to the download site next week. Oh, very cool. Okay. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's kind of risky, but this is Game Space Space Game. Oh, it's going the other way now. We've gone pink. when you rainbow so hard that it just goes pink, that's when you know you've rainbowed hard enough. There we go. This is Game Space Space Game. I'm this little guy. It's kind of hard to tell, but he's jumping on a bed right now at the very top. I'm controlling him, and you can see over the course of the entire space there's a lot of things going on. Some birds flying around me, robots moving back and forth. If I press down, it'll change the station. A lot of cool music. Let's look at space. That's my view outside my house every day. So our goal is to escape the space station, while the robots are trying to murder us. So as you can see there's a lot of things going on, and every single one of those things that is going on wants to kill us. Robots are trying to kill us. Poop coming from the ceiling wants to kill us. You can see there's like an electric band going around the room on one of those rooms. That wants to kill us. Just a malicious place. Some weird sewage. Ah! Laser beams want to kill us. Slow action on that lever. Okay, we're gonna open the airlock, put on our helmet first, and launch ourselves into space. So once we get out into space, if we hit anything, any sides of anything, we will die. So space is as deadly as everything else. I'm gonna try to flip around and go into this exit. Oh dear. Oh, robot coming at you. And there it goes. That robot's just gonna go have a space adventure. It's kind of like spaceship parking. What is that game? Mars Lander or something? Take a shower? Shower does not kill us. Only thing that doesn't. But that robot that's on the other side of this door totally will. And so will the moving robot down there. There's one dancing and there's one on the top that wants to shoot lasers at us. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Go, go, go. Okay, made it. Let's stand in here? No. Let's start the computer up. We'll beam ourselves down to the lower decks. Okay, now we have a claw. And the claw will, oh god, will release. Oh. And we can turn the fans on and off. The fans have a very short time limit. Yes! And we made it. And we're off. That took me a long time the first time. To actually win that was very, very difficult. Was not sure how everything worked or how everything moved. But escaped! But with a station in ruins, who will monitor the dead planet? Time 2:25, press jump to restart. And we're back on top of our bed, just jumping on the bed. It's so peaceful in this beautiful, like, terrarium, arboreum, whatever those are called. Space dome, our Xanadu. And then everything underneath the Xanadu is death and destruction. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the 1% on top of everything else. Think everything's so great, why don't you come to our level? Of course our level is rigged with deadly robots that you installed. Then 1%'s like, I could deal with it, I don't give a care. Bye guys. This is how I ruin my own 1% metaphor. By flying through the game. I think I can beat it in half the time. I don't like going the up way. Up way's stinky. Can't see around my own microphone when things get too low on the screen. Here we go. Hard to move this little guy. Kind of wants to go all over the place. There we go. Wow, it's this part. This guy is the slowest. Takes a lot of patience. Oh dear. Going, going, going. Computer on. Beam me up, Scotty. Or beam me down me? Hashtag smiley face. Whoa, that got a little tricky. Shit. There we go. Not half the time, but close. Dang close. Shaved off about 30 seconds. Proud of that. Good achievement. So yeah. Anyway. And it sounds like, yes, we did check the telescope. I have played that quite a bit. That one is also one of my favorites. There's a lot of ways to die and a lot of things to explore. And the telescope is second favorite part next to the radio. Also that guy with the ship in the bottle. You can't do anything with the bottle, but I wonder why that robot has a ship in a bottle. Because I think he put it there. He looks like the kind of guy that would like small ships inside of small bottles. Oh, I get it. Because we are also a ship in a bottle. And the bottle is the game. Or maybe the bottle is space. Or maybe I am a ship inside of this big bottle that is trying to kill me from the outside in. Any of those things. I like that. Okay. Wanted game space game to be very, very short. Very, very quick. Because we have Gilded Youth to get to. Not sure. Should I play this whole thing? Not entirely sure how I want to go through it. Oh. There's a... I didn't realize there was a Z-Blorb file. An interactive fiction file. But... we can play this in Chrome. I'm gonna give you the big version. Monitor capture me, baby. That all looks right. Oh, that's what this was. Okay. This is Gilded Youth. Who's this by? That's not the right file. readme.url. Oh, wow. There we go. This is what I needed this whole time. Gilded Youth by Jim Monroe and Matt Hamill. So, this is like the old kind of mud server stuff. The HTML one is the best. So we are Tony the Thief, and we have now logged in to the Guild BBS Vorpal version 2.4, and we can see a map: Harry the Barbarian, Paula the Mage, Ryan the Bard, Maximus the Cleric, Chris the Paladin. These are our cast of colorful characters. Hey Tony, says Ryan. Voltron would kill Optimus, says Harry. He's like 5 robots in one. Optimus would have his whole team backing him up. says Chris. And Maximus floats in on a cloud of glory. Hey, guys. Oh. Say hey, guys. You'd rather not fill the air with idle chatter. A silent thief is an effective thief. If you really need to get something done, you can ask someone about something. This game is a clever way of using the thief as a kind of a way to restrict the player into doing very specific things. Kind of like filling the character of Tony itself with a strong intentionality. And so we can only do a very small amount of things because that's all we need to do. Because we're a thief. What else are we going to do? So let's look at our map. It's the route from your house to the manor. Paula winks at you. Voltron! And Chris transforms into an awesome bot, while Maximus frowns. I will ask Chris about Voltron. Okay, I can't do that. Harry says, less than meets the eye. My child, strive to stay in character, advises Maximus sternly, and Paula yawns. I don't think these guys are going to be doing a whole lot. Stomp on your stupid ass, exclaims Harry. And Chris drives circles around Harry because he's now Optimus Prime, I think. He turns into an awesome bot, that's right. So that's why he drives around. Okay, can I look at map? And let's ask Ryan about map. Oh wait, show, that's the trigger, show map to Ryan. And type logout to continue. Okay. So we switch off your C64. We were playing on the Commodore 64. Dropping the room into complete darkness, your eyes adjust quickly as befits a 5th level thief. In the hallway, you wait and listen for the sounds of your parents' deep sleep. From the upper floor window, you gaze upon your dangerous destination, the Oakville Manor. Your front porch. Your front door clicks behind you. You turn to the east, where the manor beckons visibly. So we'll go east. End of the street. The map was a joke. You don't really need a map to find your way, even past midnight. The forest at the end of the cul-de-sac smells damp and green. Going east. Thanks to the full moon, you only trip once. You've lived beside these woods for half of your 14 years, so 7 years. The way leads east. Oh, our destination is further east. So we've definitely traveled far from our home. Even crowded by the wild brush, the grandest building in your neighborhood still has a silent dignity. So we're actually going to the coolest building in the whole neighborhood. The manor looms to the north. So we are now in the portico of the manor. You remember the first time you and Ryan found this place. He dared you to knock on the front door. You did him one better, opening the door and pushing it open to reveal the dark hall beyond. There was a cold iron smell that conjured up a vision of shackles wrapped around a skeleton's wrist. Last year, when you drank the first beer behind the portables, you recognized the smell and realized the abandoned house must have been a drinking spot for teenagers. You can still see the dark hall in your mind's eye, mysterious shapes beckoning just beyond the front threshold. What were they? You won't be plumbing the manor's mysteries tonight. Large planks of wood are nailed firmly across the front door. You curse under your breath. You can leave the portico to the south, or enter the manor to the north. Oh, can we take off planks? First taking the plank. Nope, we have fingers. Okay. We also can go follow a rough path to the northeast. I'm just gonna type any. Alright, good night, Partlock. Feel better, buddy. Okay, and double doors are open, so we have an entryway to the north. Flutter of motion attracts your eyes. Something in the corner. Let's get thing. Look around. Look at corner, perhaps? A magazine concerning ladies of the night, unquestionably valuable to many gentlemen of your acquaintance. We'll get a magazine. Dirty mags, I think we can use this for a bartering token. Leave. Exit. South. There we go. Press any key to continue. So the totality of this game takes place in we have this virtual world that we're playing in, and then we escape that virtual world to have adventures in the real world. And so we'll go back and forth between the adventurers that we play games with and try to take them with us into the real world. Greetings, thief, says Maximus. 2,400 baud is totally enough, exclaims Harry. Paula laughs at 4,800 baud. Let's show Forbidden Tome to Harry. First guy on the list. Where'd you get this? Whispers Harry. This is awesome! Harry the Barbarian has joined your party. And our party is the party outside in the real world, not in the game. I know they're pirates. I want the wares, exclaims Harry. Now that you've got some muscle on board, time for another manor raid. Oh, so we're going to use Harry the Barbarian to open up the doors. Then let's go to the north. Harry the Barbarian is there. He's looks very similar to his avatar. A paper in a plastic sheath is stapled to the planks. Read paper. A notice of demolition! We've got 2 days to live. If we don't explore it fully, it won't be the end of the world, just the end of your boyhood dreams. Of entering, breaking and entering is our childhood dreams, I guess. Get planks. We rocked it. That's exactly what we did. Okay. Taking it all in, there's a curving staircase, badly damaged, used to lead to the second floor. So we can't go up that way. Strange shapes loom throughout the space. We have hallways heading off to the east and the west. Okay, so I'm kind of picturing the manor in my mind. We walk in, staircase going up, east, west, 2 rooms. Got it. We have achieved one of our boyhood dreams. We have many more to achieve. And to the west, there is a shuffling and scratching. So let's go west. Based on the animal sounds you heard earlier, we're going to leave that for last. So let's go east. The formidable door has one of those fancy crystalline doorknobs, which won't turn. It does, however, pull out in your hand and fall to the floor. Whoa, big guy. Don't need to go wreck the place. Get doorknob. Turn the crystal under the light, feeling its pleasing weight in your hands. As you slip your loot in your pocket, you feel a lightness in your belly. Oh, so we got hungry. Can we go further east? Oh, nope. Now we can go west. So we can't get in through the door. Door doesn't have a doorknob. Have the doorknob, though. That's mine. And now we are going to the east, to the west exit, where there are birds on the wallpaper, the fragments that remain, their black eyes appearing to watch you. Who the heck were those guys, said Harry. Jesus, creepy. Maybe Harry saw some people? Oh, there were hushed voices as we head towards the dining room. Harry kicks something that hits the wall with a metal sound, and the low voices in the other room pause. Ooh. You pull out your loot and admire it. A finely designed dessert fork. Sterling silver from its weight and beautiful in the moonlight. What are you, a klepto? We are a thief, and I think we take our role very seriously. Okay, so it's time to head home, and we will press any key to continue. As you head home, Harry keeps on with his blather. Oh yeah, your guild character. Don't you think you're taking it a little too seriously? You don't dignify that with an answer. Hey, how can you be a thief with a good alignment anyway? Isn't that the opposite? You walk faster and leave the barbarian to struggle along with his large bag. In his ignorance. Alone. So we're not the most personable of people, but we definitely know how to get the neighborhood kids to sucker them into stuff. So, okay, we're back in the Adventurers Lounge as Tony the Thief, which looks subtly different. And it looks like Harry's not in here anymore. So he didn't follow us in. We have our fork, which looks like a pitchfork, and our doorknob. Lambent, hello! Glad that you could make it. We are playing Gilded Youth, part of the LA Game Space bundle, and it is a rad text adventure that we can... it's It's a text adventure where we are playing an adventure in real life while we manage it in the virtual space of this Commodore 64 game. So right now we nicked a fork and a doorknob from the house that we entered. We broke into and then entered. Took their fork, took their doorknob, and now we were going to try to present it to some of the other party members. So let's show who would like a doorknob. Who wants a doorknob? Chris. Chris, you like doorknobs. Oops. Show doorknob to Chris. It's missing a little word in there. Kind of neat, but it's less than an antique and less of an antique than a piece of a door. Okay, well, maybe we can show the doorknob to Maximus. Are you saying somewhere someone's trapped? Are you saying somewhere someone's trapped inside a room with no hope of escape? Much like you in the afterworld if you fail to repent, says Maximus the cleric. No go. Show doorknob to Ryan. Cool loot, whispers Ryan. He agrees to meet you at your place later tonight. Ryan the bard has joined our party. And let's show fork to Paula. Doesn't match my other cutlery. Show fork to Maximus. Show fork to Chris. Are you stooping to stealing cutlery now? Yes, we did. Don't judge me. I am a thief. Sounds like Victorian cutlery, Chris whispers. Chris agrees to meet you at the manor later tonight. Okay, so we have 2 reinforcements for our manor raid. This has now become a raid, a real-life raid. So we have now disconnected from the virtual world. Although I'm not convinced that we're necessarily disconnected from the mental state of playing in online spaces. Tony likes to stretch the limits of reality and where he is allowed or not allowed to go. So Ryan meets you in front of the house. He's as jumpy as usual. You check to see if he's brought his picks. He pulls them briefly out of a school bag festooned with band names. So Ryan actually does lock picking. The manor beckons invisibly to the east. You can see Ryan the bard there. Never actually used them except on the test lock. So we've got... are we not going north? Can't go into the north, but we do get more text. Every time we do things wrong, it actually gives us more text, which is awesome. So our bard, Ryan, does not actually know how to pick locks necessarily, but maybe. So you describe the kind of keyhole it is as you head over. It's one of those easier than modern ones. Maybe you want to give it a shot. You punch him in the shoulder at the reminder of your own thiefly failure. You've never had a knack for picks. It came up when Ryan wanted to join the guild as a thief, but luckily he changed his mind and decided the mastery of 3 chords qualified him as a bard. So not only does he have picks, but he's also plays guitar with a pick, so lots of different kinds of picks. He's a bard because he can play 3 chords on his guitar. The manor, we have to go all the way through the forest to get to the street. Get to the manor, excuse me. You ask him about the kids at his new school, the Catholic one his mom made him go to. Pretty boring. I'm the only one into hardcore and cool music there, he bragplains. We're here in the woods now. You've lived beside the woods for half your 14 years. 7 years. You ask him if he's made it downtown to a hardcore show yet. He shrugs, not yet. They start so late, that there's no way to get back before transit stops. That sucks. It's totally true. He shoots a glance at you to see how well this latest excuse works. You keep your face neutral. You can mock him after the job. He can't actually stand hardcore. Poor kid's a poser. It happens. I don't blame him. It's also super late at night, so... You can see new development in the distance. The cause of your urgent mission. It's machines like sleeping behemoths. But your destination is further east. So the manor is set to demolition in a day. And so we've only got this night and another night left before we actually can't go back there anymore. They're going to tear the whole house down, and so we need to dive in as deep as we can into it before people tear it down, which it looks like they're setting up to. Even crowded by wild brush, the grandest building in your neighborhood still has a silent dignity, and to think, a few days from now, it will be erased from history. Drama. The manor looms to the north. You know from experience that there's a coach house behind it, which you could get to by following a rough path to the northeast. There's a girl in a tracksuit in front of the manor. You keep it cool and introduce yourself. "Hey, I'm Chris," she says, then trains her dark eyes on your friend. "And I guess you're Ryan?" Ryan, as usual, in the presence of a non-boy, is motionless, so you nod for him. Yes, this is Ryan, unfortunately. Let's go north. N for north. Chris stops when he sees the planks and the forcible entry. Whoa! I didn't know you guys broke in. I thought it was abandoned. Doubt flickers across her eyes. My dad's a cop. It'd kill him if I... And she shakes her head. Then she notices the notice stapled to the door and relaxes a bit. Oh, well, if it's going to be trashed anyway, you can leave the portico to the south or enter the manor to the north. So let's walk on in. And our lock is to the east. "Ready to do your magic?" you said to Ryan, motioning to the locked door. His eyes go big and he shakes his head, glancing over at Chris. Oh, right. That comment about her dad being a cop has him spooked. Not that it takes him a lot to get spooked. Poor Ryan. He's not very good at his job. Okay, so we can't do anything to the east because Ryan doesn't actually like that Chris is here and doesn't want to do illegal things while Chris is around. So let's go back west. Okay, we're not going towards the people. What room are we in? We're inside the entryway. She seems intrigued by the hole in the stairs. Okay, Chris approaches the hole in the stairs and adjusts her headband. She's like, let's do this. She tests the banister first and then hangs from it. You feel your heart lurch as her legs dangle into the hole. When I started gymnastics, she said, going hand over hand across a gap, I always used to imagine using my training in an adventure. This is kind of an adventure, pipes up Ryan, looking at you for confirmation. Right? She gets to the other side and flips her feet out onto solid ground. Sure, kid, she says. She takes a pen light out of her sweatpants pocket, disappears into the second floor darkness. So she's gone. Chris is a real adventure. Unlike us, we're just kind of weenies. So now we can go to the east. Ryan hits the door. Keep an eye out for the cop's daughter, he says, a pick hanging from his mouth, and he goes about his work. A few seconds later, the door to the east is open. Ryan can't keep a smile off his face, and you pat him on the shoulder. This was clearly a library or office of some kind. The walls are lined with bookshelves, empty but for thick layers of dust. There's a large desk pushed against the wall at a weird angle. You picture the owners packing up and needing to get it out of the way to get something else out of the door. And we can leave it at that. So let's check out this desk. Since bookshelves are empty, desk's probably too big to get through the door, so they left it there. All its drawers are missing. It's a lovely wood specimen. However, and it saddens you, it will be smashed to pieces in 2 days, and you notice a glint in the inkwell. Let's look at the inkwell. Ooh, a dagger! Ryan feels the edge and then scoffs. Super dull, he says, handing it back. It opens letters! What do you want from it? It's just a, pokey implement. What do you want? Your heart lightens and you don't correct him. You secret it away for closer inspection later. So we just pocket stuff. The thief's got his knife now. That's sweet. Okay, then let's head west. That's probably the item that we were looking for in there. There you guys are, Chris says grumpily as you come out. She gets up from the bottom of the stairs where she's been sitting. She's got her arms crossed and a funny look on her face. Despite her efforts, you notice there's a small bulge in her jacket. You're about to ask her about it when there's a smashing sound to the west, followed by a peal of laughter. I don't know. Do we go west? When Ryan sees you heading towards the noise instead of away, he makes for the exit. Band practice, gotta go. Nice to meet you, bye, he says. When he gets out of the house, he abandons all dignity and just starts running. Chris gives you a sly smile and walks along with you. Let's see if we can go further west. You inch forward a bit and try to catch a glimpse of the dining room occupants. You dip in and out, catching a glimpse of a long-haired one, a guy with some kind of suit jacket, and 2 or 3 more. They appear to be setting the table. You feel Chris's hand on your arm, pulling you back. The clink of dinner plates and cutlery cover up the sounds of conversation. Definitely candles. It gives. Chris, let go of your arm. Do we go further west or do we wait? You lean in and listen a bit more. As if we're the lords of the manor, the pinnacle of a suburban decadence, Rome before the malls moved in. Chris gives you a confused look. You shrug. We'll keep going west. Keep pushing. No way are you going in there without at least 2 people to back you up. Should probably get out of here while the getting's good. Well, I've got 2 more people. So let's head south to the portico. Front. Chris kneels to tie her running shoe. Her jacket pocket opens wide. Inside is a gold gleam that makes your fingers itch. Ask Chris about gleam? Unless you really... When Chris stands, a golden pocket watch falls to the ground. Chris looks at you. See you around, I guess. And she melts into the forest. Okay, I guess I'll just be taking the pocket watch. You lean over to pick up the watch, and BAM! Chris tackles you from out of nowhere! You find yourself on your back, her arm pinning your neck down. Dirty thief! She puffs, smirking, her eyes shining. Her hands go all over your body, searching for something. Finally, her hand rests on the ridge in your pants. Aha! She crows. What have we here? Holding out on me, you dirty thief. She's breathing hard, her face a few inches from yours. I think she reverse planted that on me. Also, very close. I don't know if we were expecting to get so close to our paladin today. Just a physical interaction that was unexpected. And Tony is quick to describe how intimate it feels. Her hands go all over your body. Okay. Just wait it out. When you don't struggle, just smile at her. She rolls off you and takes the letter opener with her. You look up at the sky, the moon barely visible. Think about how weird it is that you're lying in the grass in front of the manor. A few nights from now, it'll all be gone. Kind of want to just hold on to this moment for just a second. What's the handle? Mother of pearl? Chris asks, squinting at it before tossing it onto your chest. You find the coolest stuff in these old houses. The watch sits in your open palm. You look up at Chris and she's snapping a hair clip that got dislodged into place. You've never wanted anything more in your life. Why don't you hold on to that? Hold on to that for me, thief, she says, pulling her collar up. My dad would find it eventually. She looks at you, a strange smile twisting her lips. And then she runs off into the forest. You look longingly after her, to the west. Okay. We'll go west. She's a quick one. You lose track of her. Loot in hand, you head home. Long adventure. That was a good one. So we have a pocket watch and a letter opener, and 2 people left. I assume we can show Maximus the pocket watch. Show pocket watch to Maximus. An exquisite item, Maximus says. It'll help you tick off the hours you'll spend in hell for your evil ways. You explain that the manor is condemned anyway. The Oakville Manor? I know that grand old place. And so he joins the raiding party. Dice are stupid anyway, Harry says. No skill. Maximus struggles with his vow of serenity. Hi, Tony, whispers Paula. Oh, Paula, let's show Paula, show the letter opener to Paula. It doesn't work the opposite way. Ooh, pretty. I do get a lot of correspondence, she says. She's like, I could actually use this for my mail, unlike other people who just use email. This is a little before that time. I get a lot of correspondence, she says. Paula agrees to join your party. Paula the mage has joined your party. That's enough backup for the final mana raid. Type logout to continue. You meet Max at the edge of the field. He lives not too far away, but neither of you really want to give the other your home address. Nobody trusts anybody, especially not Maximus. You quite sure it's unpatrolled? If it gets traced back to the guild, they can easily shut us down. His voice is as annoying as you imagined from the BBS. Across the electrical tower field, our destination is further east. And Paula! Even crowded by wild bush, brush. The grandest building in your neighborhood has that silent dignity. Paula, you assume it's Paula, though she looks more goth than witch. Takes one last drag on her smoke before killing it under a creeper boot. Hello, boys, says Paula in a soft, deep voice. You ready to knock over this joint? You nod. Paula turns toward the manor and begins to pull on lacy gloves. Oh, Paula is so swag! Paula is the coolest! So, see, I love this disconnect that we have between the people who we are playing a virtual game with and who they are in the real world, and how those bodies have connections and disconnections in very specifically coded ways. So everyone plays as who they want to be, but it also really does represent who they are as well. This game is absolutely fantastic, exploring what Avatar culture kind of is. There's a lot of great writing on avatars, and who does that? Mark Chen has his book out now, which is super rad on World of Warcraft and raiding guilds. Also, My Life as a Level 50 Night Elf. What is it called? Another book. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Paula is rad, puts on lacy gloves. Let's go north. Max glances at the paper. I'd like to say that my only interest in entering this building is to preserve... Paula cuts him off with a stagey yawn. You can leave the portico to the south, enter to the north. Let's go north. Curving staircase, badly damaged. Yep. We're fighting. We're going west. First thing first, let's head to the wine cellar. Okay. Stairs north. Down? There's a staircase down, apparently. You come up to a huge ragged hole in the stairs. Max peers into the hole. Looks like it goes straight into the wine cellar, he says, pulling off his backpack. All business. He pulls out a rope and attaches it to the banister, letting the end dangle down into the inky hole. Guess we'll just wait. Max, wearing a headband with a light attached, starts to... He's just a total nerd. With a light attached, starts to climb down the rope. There's a tense moment when the banister squeaks, but it holds fast. I like Max. I like him a lot. He just seems like he's not the nicest guy, but he's very handy. Alone, you and Paula trade a silent look at surprise. Surprise he's so adventurous, really. He just really wants to dive in there. She's about to say something when a laugh comes across from the room to the west. And is that a tinkle of cutlery? To the west! Fire! 6 people around a large table. Paula the mage is here. Paula sits down at an empty chair and seats you beside her. There's no plate, but she reaches across the table and wrenches a drumstick from the bird. So Paula just marched right into this... is a group of 6 people, the guys from yesterday plus a couple more. The guy with the strange bangs and a suit jacket is at the head of the table beside a goth girl who's too beautiful to look at directly. The table is laid out beautifully, a candelabra melting onto the white tablecloth, chipped plates trimmed with gold. So there is a scene that is being set here by, he says 6 people, kind of in a disconnected way. I'm guessing they're teenagers? Just someone older that is more respectful, or else he would say they were 6 kids at the large table. Obviously, you can't discern their ages, so they must be older. Huh. And Paula just walks the fuck right in. What is up with that? Okay, I don't have anywhere to go, so I'll wait. Time passes. Hi, says the fellow in the suit jacket. Everyone's staring at Paula as she gnaws the drumstick. And you will yourself invisible. She points the drumstick at him. You see a drop of grease fall into the tablecloth. You stole my idea, Eric. And then you didn't even invite me? Shit. Things got serious. Okay, let's continue. Let's see how this goes. Well, I would say it was our idea, says Eric. Paula reaches over and takes the closest goblet. Its bespectacled owner pretends he doesn't notice. She takes a sip and then spits it out. Luckily away from you. A white? With duck? Eric? Eric grimaces. They were out of... He stops suddenly, seeing Max in the doorway with a bottle of wine in each hand. Very handy, Max. Love you, dude. So Paula is really, like, dominating this whole kind of scene all of a sudden, and has a way of also, which I didn't expect because she doesn't dominate BBS chat. She kind of hung out on the side, let Max do his own thing, let the other two, Ryan and Harry, bicker about random crap. And so Paula is just running the whole show and knows enough about wine, knows enough about things of going on within this social circle. Yeah, this has gotten a little tricky. Let's continue waiting. I just want to, as Tony the Thief, I just kind of want to didn't want to get this involved in things. Gotta say, it's kind of tough. Don't know what's going on, feel really uncomfortable. Sommelier. Paula waves him over, proving herself an improvisational genius. Max comes, his eyes stunned, and only squeaks a bit as she pulls the dusty bottles from his grasp. So Paula is playing it off like she just willed good wine to come in, as opposed to shitty white wine with a duck. She sets one on the table and reads the label of the other. Max backs away towards the door and then makes a break for it, his backpack clinking with other bottles. So he nicked a bunch of other bottles too. Max, you were such a rogue. Didn't think he had the cojones for that. Okay, we'll continue on. A Pinot Noir, she says, uncorking it with surprising ease. That's suitable for duck. She goes around the table, picking up a goblet still full of wine. What's the point in doing something? Throws the white wine on the floor. If you're not going to go all the way with it. She fills the goblet and bangs it down on the table, sloshing red, and the candelabra sways a bit. The light in the room sways too. What's gonna happen? The rules are the least interesting part of this, Eric snaps back. You always take things too far. The dreadlocked man gulps down his white and holds it up for Paula, who overfills it. Whoops, I guess I do. I guess it's why you kicked me out of the freak clique, huh? The freak clique, huh? Oh, now we're getting into it. Time passes. Look, Paul, started Eric, his voice tired and sad. It's Paula, you stupid fuck! She throws the bottle at him, and the last thing you see before you leave the room is the candelabra falling on the tablecloth. You grab the bottle of white wine in the confusion. What a fucker. In a rush, you see the birds on the wallpaper, the front door still open, the flattened grass in front of you, and before too long you're back in your bedroom. You take off your clothes trying to decide if they smell of smoke or just guilt. We burned the manor down. What part of this am I responsible for necessarily? Although I did bring Paula into the situation, it kind of, I feel kind of guilty for that. Although these guys were doing this for the last 2 days, too. They kept being the repeated voices that we kept hearing. How different. There's 2 different adventures going on from 2 very different points of view, a fantasy adventure and a gothic adventure, and they both are creating their own fantasy worlds together in tandem at the same times in the same places. That's such a beautiful way to look at virtual worlds and virtual reality, because virtual does not have to mean disconnected from, as we know from alternate reality games especially. Yeah. Wow, and in a rush, you're in your bed when the fire sirens start to wail and the flames are becoming visible in the manor. It's sad, but when you consider that the manor was otherwise facing crowbars and rough hands and wrecking, better a funeral pyre. That is nice. It's a nice way to think about it. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks pass. You use your nights for sleeping, not sneaking. Your modem neither winks or squeals, and no one in the guild squeals either. Since the knock on your door never comes, when Ryan tells you something funny Harry said online yesterday, you realize, even if Ryan is sticking his head up, the smoke must have cleared. So this all happened, and everyone's like, oh shit. Okay. Holy crap, take a step back. Let's make sure we're not getting blamed for any of this. Nobody's going to look into an arson anyway on a building that was going to be destroyed the next day. So we get really, really fucking lucky. And Tony is waiting for Ryan, the cowardly one, to give us the heads up. So, let us log back into our adventure. 3-4 weeks later. We still have our white wine in our inventory. Everyone is here, all 5 people. It was in last week's Guardian, says Harry. That free rag? I don't even believe the coupons in the Etobi Coke Guardian. Eto by Coke Guardian, mocks Paula. At this verboten talk, Maximus brandishes his staff of banishment. Time passes. Here, cops don't suspect arson, says Harry. Maximus lifts his staff and Harry vanishes. So Maximus just banned Harry. Shut up, don't talk about it. Cops don't suspect arson. Excellent. What else would they expect then? How could you not suspect arson? How else do fires start? Just spontaneous combustion? I mean, I guess, but okay. Cool. Not arson. Paula rolls her eyes. Long time no see, says Chris. Well, we have our option. We can give our white wine to someone. Who wants white wine? Give white wine to Chris. For some reason, this feels like a significant choice. Any of your friends would like the wine. Are you sure? Well, in that case, I'm gonna reconsider. Paula blows Tony a kiss. Let's give the white wine to Paula. Give white wine to Paula. Let's spell Paula right. Pawala. Yes. Wondered what happened to that, Paula whispers. You arranged to meet tonight. Alright, Paula the Mage has joined our party. One last evening at the manor. We are in front of the manor. The ring of brush is blackened. The manor's roof is caved in, beaten to its knees by the fire hose water. They must have gotten here quickly, as there's good chunks of the eastern wing that are mostly intact. The portico is wrapped in that yellow police tape that you've only seen in cop shows. To the northeast is the coach house, tonight's rendezvous spot. House is burned down. To the coach house. The double doors are large enough to drive a horse and carriage into, but one of them is missing, leaving an entryway to the north. The small structure seems to have far enough away to have been spared the fire. Okay, let's look around. Let's go into the coach house. There's a significant hole in the roof that lets in enough light to look around. The moonlight gives everything an unearthly hue. You can see Paula the Mage there. Paula is sitting cross-legged in a wooden crate, looking up at the moonlight. She's not wearing her makeup today, and you can get a sense of how she looked when how she looked originally. She stretches out her hand for the wine. Well, come on, let's see if it was worth burning a house down for. That night, you hear the whole story of the Freak Clique. The Freak Clique. The baffling pyrotechnics you witnessed in the dining room was the tip of the iceberg. So we are allowed into all of the drama around Paula. The final scene in a complex teenage drama. A type that you never want to star in. But by the end of the story, you decide that Paula is one of the weirdest people you've ever met, and of course, she becomes one of your best friends. 20 years later, she throws you a crazy bachelor party, which ends, as always, with the two of you in your cups reminiscing about your gilded youth. Oh, I love that. It all rounds out into this amazing story about the online virtual adventures that we have and how they translate into real adventures, and really how they shape our lives at the end. It just pulls it all around with like this nice where are they now moment. 20 years later, at the crazy bachelor party, you are reminiscing about your gilded youth. Oh, that's so frickin' sweet. So that's Gilded Youth. That's a game by Jim Monroe, and Matt Hamill does the art. They've got links all there. Yes, this is part of the LA game LA Game Space game pack that, again, you can get at gamepacks.net, at least for the next week, I think, for $15, and I highly recommend it. This is just a beautiful game. And not only that, but there are 4 more endings to the game. 3 more endings? A few more endings that all add to this, and just getting to them are worth a lot of emotion. So if I were to go back and go back to play again by hitting refresh, I can type in the magic word lags, LA Game Space, LAGS, and it would take me to the end to choose another drinking companion. But I will not do that. I want to leave that to you because it is very worth it, and all of the money that you give to LA Game Space goes to building a space for indie game development in the LA area, and it's very, very cool. Alright, so yeah, a long game, but very, very worth it. Worth the time and effort for just a beautiful story. And that leaves us, we can head on into inputting. Suicide! Welcome back! We just finished this game, Gilded Youth, which is a glorious and beautiful game. And it's a text adventure. It's right up your alley. You would just freaking love it as an old school guy.